And we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first Latinx Songwriter Series, here hosted by Elena La Fulana. That's myself, and I'm so excited to have Diana Álvarez with us today. I was going to talk about what we were going to talk about and how we were going to do this, but we didn't have time, so we're just going to fly by the seat of our pants, which is cool. So usually what I do, you might want to be able to, can you talk into your mic, Diana? Just make sure it's.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can turn myself up.
A little bit. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
How did you mute your phone?
I just lowered the volume on my phone so that I
that
can't
makes
hear.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So smart. All right. Cool. Um, we're just getting the technical part that's always really hard during COVID. So I just wanted to, bueno, buenas noches, bienvenida a la serie de cantautores Latinx. Hoy yo soy Elena La Fulana y tengo aquí a doctora chingona Diana Álvarez, que nos acompaña desde Massachusetts. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos. Thank you so much for being here tonight, everyone. We are going to get started shortly, but I just wanted to tell you guys why I decided to do this. As you all know, COVID has been hard on artists, and I don't need to explain why. But I knew that this month of March was going to be really hard for me, and I imagine for a lot of people. You know, it's not quite spring, and we're at the anniversary of when we all got locked in. And so I decided maybe it would be a good thing to kind of connect with other artists. And the really nice thing about this moment is, since we're doing things virtually, we can collaborate with people that are in other places. And so that's really cool that Diana and I met last year at Folk Alliance, right? Is that where we met? And then, but we haven't been able to connect and share each other's music. So I'm excited to have her here. Solo lo voy a decir en español. Solo quería decirles un poquito de por qué decidí hacer esta iniciativa. Y es porque, bueno, durante la pandemia ha sido muy difícil para nosotros, los músicos, y quería tener unos eventos para poder motivarme a mí y tal vez motivar a todo el mundo que estamos por lo menos los que estamos en el norte, que estamos en el frío, para que nosotros pues tuviéramos algo para conectar. Y conocí a Diana el año pasado en una conferencia de Folk Alliance, y no hemos tenido una oportunidad de tener el mismo escenario. Y lo bueno de esta situación es que estamos haciendo todo en línea, así que podemos colaborar con personas que no están en nuestra ciudad. Yo estoy en Washington, D.C. Y Diana, where are you at?
I'm in Holyoke, Massachusetts.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Western
Sweet.
Massachusetts.
Oh, sweet.
Nobody will know where that is.
Yeah, I was going to say Boston, and then I was like, I don't think she's in Boston.
I'm about 2.5 hours west of Boston.
Okay, cool. Well, very, very cool. All right. So, do you want to start us off? You want me to go first, Diana? We haven't really talked this through, but we're going to just kind of do this as a little exchange.
Totally. That sounds great. I'm happy to start us off.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and start us off? And everybody, if you have any trouble hearing or anything, please write it in the notes. We're doing our best. We're learning as we go. I have done this a little bit before, but I'm a little rusty, so we'll try to address the issues. If there's any echoes or anything like that, let us know. But without further ado, your stage name is Doctora Chingona? Should I be introducing you like that?
It's Doctora Chingona Diana Álvarez. However, okay. Yeah, that works.
Okay, sweet.
Ooh,
well, without further ado, let's hear a little bit of Doctora Chingona Diana Álvarez.
Es inútil tu manera de atravesar mis fronteras. Soy humo, soy fuego de tierra que no puedes sujetar. Tus palabras traicioneras son oraciones de odio. Mi gente repleta de sueños no deja de luchar. para la historia, para la historia. Esta es la revolución. Cuando cantes tus canciones generales y de libertad, recuerda las soldaderas hermanas que no puedes borrar. Para la historia, para la historia. Esta es la revolución. Las soldaderas, las peleoneras. Esta es la revolución.
Hi, Dora.
Yay, awesome. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself, Diana? Where are you from? How did you get into music, and kind of what's your mission? What's your inspiration? I know that you've got a lot of things that you're involved with.
Yeah.
You're involved in education, and you do advocacy work. So why don't you tell the folks that maybe are hearing you for the first time here a little bit about what you do and why you do it?
Sure. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for organizing this. I think that one of the things I admire so much about you is the way that you. I relate to you as a fellow octopus, because you're an animator, you're a musician, you write songs, and you do multiple forms of art, and that's what I do. I'm a singer-songwriter, a poet, a documentary filmmaker, scholar, educator, and so. I spoke with Bennington College students last night, and they asked me kind of a similar question, and I was telling them that I avoided I avoided music for the longest time. I was circumnavigating my true love and desire to perform for the longest time. But I went to the Kerrville Folk Festival when I was 18, and it changed my world. And I knew then that I was a singer-songwriter, but I did not have the, pues tú sabes, en nuestras familias, it's not a thing you do, and hopefully that's not the case for everybody. But in my family, it was not it's not a viable career option. So I just went to school to avoid a lot of things and also to nourish myself as an artist. I am originally from Corpus Christi, Texas, and I moved to New York. I pursued poetry, did my MFA. I'm the first in my family to graduate from college, let alone do a PhD. And then I think in my doctorate is where everything really blossomed. I created Quiero Volver, a Chicanx ritual opera, which is a multimedia performance to honor women, non-binary, trans, and genderqueer BIPOC artists. And so when I was doing my research, or centering all of the writing I was doing in the doctorate, I had this moment of just realizing that I needed to decide to do something that I could spend the rest of my life doing, and that was to nourish and center the lives and work of queer and trans BIPOC artists. So that was a decision I made in my doctorate because I knew I was going to be in it for the long haul. And that is just what I do in different ways. I have a documentary series that I'm starting up called the Bridge Song Series. It just got some funding, which is exciting. I have my multimedia performance, and I have an album produced by Seth Clear that is going to be released this year that I just launched an album campaign for. I'm so excited about it. So I'll stop there. I talk a lot. But that's a sense of all of the things that I do.
Sweet. No, that's great to know. I mean, it's funny. I just started becoming an animator, so it's cool that you put that one first. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I've
really
seen
great.
your films that what is
Stop
the
motion. Your stop motion
there
films.
yes, they're stop motion, but what is your handle?
Oh, full animation.
Full animation. Yeah.
Yeah, I went all in on the Fulanos,
It's
the
awesome.
Fulanos. So, and now I'm Elena La Fulana as well. So
Hmm.
cool. Cool if I do a song.
Yeah, I want to hear you.
All right, I'll start us off with a song I usually start my sets with, and it's called Quizás Sí.
Thank you.
Oh wait, sorry, I'm also the MC here. So, all right. Thanks for being here, everybody. Pues quizás sí será hoy como ayer y quizás yo podré volverte a defender. Yo sé que yo me fui tan lejos de ti, pero tú te fuiste muy antes de mí. Con un talón tras el otro pie para ver si encuentras cómo devolver a tiempos de antes, cuando nos quisimos y ver a dónde fue que nos perdimos. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Pues dale vuelta al tiempo. Pues dale vuelta al tiempo. Pues dale vuelta al tiempo. Vemos a lo que perdimos. Por ser así. Y, y, porque tú no te ves ser así. Yay!
Oh, that was so much fun.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I loved about it is that my opera is called Quiero Volver, and your song is like Yo no voy a volver. And I
Oh,
had
really?
this whole thing in my research about the word volver in Spanish language songs. It comes up so much, and I had this whole theory about, family separation and this understanding of family loss and love loss in general. And I think there's something really beautiful about the resolve in that song to just like, no, I'm not.
Oh well, I have a even more relevant song to what you're talking about, which I'll do in a little bit. So tell us a little bit about your. I know you have a new project that you just launched. What, today? Yesterday?
Yeah, I just launched it at midnight
Yeah, I
this
was up.
morning.
I was like doing promo for this. I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah. It's my debut album campaign for Ser Artista, my album, which feels it is a call to ancestors. It feels extraterrestrial. It's very genderqueer, Chicanx music. It is produced by Seth Gleer, a phenomenal multi instrumentalist, and we worked together, and he just made it so my vision was just really it's just really there at the helm of the whole thing. So
Cool. And you've
um
started working on it?
it's already recorded.
Oh, sweet.
We're in post production, but I need the I'm raising money right now to get it out into the world, to start releasing it hopefully this spring. I'd like to start releasing in April.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell the folks tuning in. That you may have noticed that. So we're accepting, tips for tonight. You're obviously welcome to be here. Times are hard. Not everybody has the ability to contribute, but if you do, we are accepting tips, and especially for Diana's work right now. What we're posting, and here I can put it up. What's running down there is actually the link to Diana's campaign. And so you guys can check it out. And I assume I haven't been able to look at it myself, but I'm sure there's like perks and different things that you can get
Mm-hmm.
as an investor and backer of this campaign. So we thought that that would be a nice thing to. Oh, for the people on Instagram, I pinned it as well. But if you guys want to have better audio, you might want to jump to the YouTube version or the Facebook version that's on my link. So
Mm-hmm.
check it out there. But so yeah, so we thought it would be really cool to kind of feature this and help bring awareness to your campaign. How much are you trying to
Yeah.
raise for the campaign?
18,000.
Wow,
So
yeah.
it's an ambitious project, but it's also, um, I mean, I wrote this into the campaign. I was like, this is an ambitious thing, just like me. So we're just gonna do this. We're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
see what people want to do.
You just give it a try. I mean, if you're not a little bit scared, you're not trying hard enough. I
Exactly. Thank you.
feel.
Come on. We gotta we gotta put some fire into all things we do.
Totally, totally. Do you want to share another song with us?
Oh. Yes, thank you. Since we're
Oh, and
talking.
before you do that, I just want to remind everybody that this is the Latinx Songwriter Series. We're gonna have one every week, every Tuesday of the month. We're gonna be featuring a different Latinx songwriter to join us, and so this is the first one. But we should have one every Tuesday. It'll have a similar format, and so it'll be kind of just like trading songs and talking and
Mhm.
talking about what it is to be Latina and stuff like that. So, all right, go ahead.
This is beautiful. I love that you're doing this. I would love. I mean, if anyone heard some doubling on the YouTube and Facebook stream, let me know because I'm trying a new thing with my guitar. Just let us know in the comments. But I think it's okay. I'm gonna actually sing an a cappella song because we were talking about Ser Artista, my debut album, and it's called Ser Artista. I have a song and poem that will be on the project, and I'm gonna sing that for you.
Ser artista es dudar las maquinaciones de este mundo. Ser artista es construir contradicciones para vivir.
To be an artist is to doubt the machinations of this world. To be an artist is to construct contradictions in order to live. To be an artist is to have a nest of iron in your chest when you don't find your people. To be an artist is to make food out of words, movements of the body, temples of the voice. Your voice, tu voz, is the ultimate poem. Poem of being. Poema.
Para vivir, ser artistas, tener un nido de fierro adentro del pecho cuando no hayas tu gente. Ser artistas, hacer comida de palabras, movimientos del cuerpo, templos de la voz. Tu voz es el último poema, poema de ser.
That is Ser Artista, the title track to my debut album. Yay!
Cool. Do you want to do another one, or you want to switch off?
Yeah, I can do another one if you'd like.
Sure. I think it's doubling a little bit, but it's because I think my phone is too. I haven't been able. I don't know how to mute my phone, but so I'm gonna try to figure that out.
You know, I'm gonna lower the guitar amp a little over here. The guitar amp is for Instagram, but I think it'll be okay.
I think I have a solution for my thing, so go for it, and I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll mute myself.
This is a song called Charlie on a Boat. Where's my guitar though? ¿Dónde está mi guitarra? Can you hear my guitar? You can. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
In the early crush of violet and red, I met mi abuelo on a boat. My bags were packed, a solo captain. I cried my ache into his arms. Lloré, lloré. His embrace was thick as a mattress, gentle, dapper old man. I asked him why my seas Why did I wait to sing my own songs? Why did your end have to teach me? Why do we let our hungry grow weak? Why do our hearts die of thirst? In the early crush of violet and red, I met Charlie on a board. His embrace was thick as a mattress, gentle, dapper old man. I asked him why my seas had been rough. Mi abuelo me dijo, you had to learn.
We have to clap for each other these days.
We do have to clap for each other and cheer each
which
other on.
which
always.
we do, which is it's just cool. I mean, I don't know how you felt about this time, but I definitely feel like we've done a lot of what we can do to support each other as artists in this time, you know. And I'm really grateful to you and to the other folks that have agreed to do this songwriter series. Next week we actually have Sesha Ubao, who's actually from Nicaragua, and I met her. I'd been following her for a while, and then she was actually in DC, and she came to a show of mine just like by happenstance. So it was really exciting. So next week we're gonna do it probably mostly in Spanish. We can do it bilingually or whatever, but I think she doesn't speak that much English, so we'll see how it goes for me because I'm used to hosting in English, you know. So
Yeah, that's exciting.
yeah, beautiful song. Thank you so much for sharing it. I was thinking maybe I could do one in English as well. I haven't done what you do, which is to mix them. But I can sing this one. I did one of these weird virtual things where they're like trying to convince artists to do these more virtual shows where you don't really organize it and supposedly people come. I don't really understand it. I think I played for no one, but I played this song and I was like, oh, I really loved playing this song. So I'm kind of into it right now. It's an older song. It's probably one of my first songs that I wrote. I had a really bad breakup in 2010, and it kind of started my process of writing music. So I'll play that song for y'all right now. It's called Last Kiss. And let me change some stuff here. Yay. Let me just change this. All right. I haven't kissed anyone since our last kiss goodbye. Since you left me to cry that winter morn. And if I saw you now, I could let you back in, just to see where you've been and where we've that winter morn. And if I saw you now, I could let you back in, but it just wouldn't fit with where we've gone. Let you back in, let you back in, let you back, leave me be, leave me be. Let you back in, let you back in, let you back, leave me be, leave me be. Cause you wanted to leave, and I needed to breathe, and it just wasn't right. So we'll both give up this fight. And you wanted to go, cause I needed to grow, and it just wasn't fair. Oh, I'll just stop the care. I haven't kissed anyone since our last kiss goodbye. Yay!
I love the groove of your songs. I just can't help it to just be, I just get lost in a groove. I'm just back here dancing with you.
Yeah, it's weird. So that song, I was always really self-conscious about it because it's only 4 chords, you know?
Uh-huh.
But it's in this like really kind of weird time signature. It's not like an odd time signature. It's like, well, apparently someone wrote it out once. I don't read music and I don't really know a lot about music theory and stuff, but they wrote it out in 12/8
Oh, wow.
or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it. So I was like, okay, that sounds cool. Because it is this weird, it's got this weird groove to it that
I loved it. It was
different.
so good.
Thank
I
you.
mean, that song and the other song that you played before, I have the same kind of. It just feels like this wave I want to ride. It's great. It's really nice.
Nice. You got something for us?
Yeah.
I just want to say hi to a few people that are on with us online. Hola, Laurita and Greg, and I think I saw Cassie there, and I know that Gara's here. And let's see, anybody you want to say? Hala? Is that how you say your name, Hala?
I see Jella here. I saw who did I see earlier?
Oh, Juanito's here. What's up, Juan?
Thank you all for being here.
Yeah,
coming to
thanks.
our show.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Feeling like normal human beings talking to someone else and seeing them. And it's nice to see you all virtually. Feel free to say hi, and if you're joining from wherever you're joining from, if you want to share where you're coming in from. And yeah, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. You got a new one, another one for us?
Yeah, I have, because you were bringing one out, an older song. I'm gonna bring an older one out too.
Cool.
It's all the same. Like, if you haven't heard my music, it doesn't make any difference whether it's an older or a newer song.
No, but I mean, context is different. You know, the story is still important, you know?
Yes, it totally is.
So I also just kind of also was like thinking like, I just been so long since I performed.
Mm-hmm.
I play some of these songs and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot my song. I've
I
had to
know.
review a bunch of them.
I was like, do you remember that chord progression? We're just gonna wing it and see. You haven't played it in a while. Oh well.
You're gonna do great. Cool.
It's a little loud for me in my ears.
It should feel delicious, the hottest storm stirring your blood. It should feel meticulously messy, like you'll never, never, never. Ooh. It should feel tender as a moon and wild, so soon. It grows without knowing. It's bright beyond the clearing. Unfettered taste, liberation, lover. Can you feel? Can you feel? It should feel like death. Just a knock, just a breath, just a beat, beat away. It should feel, it should feel, it should feel. It should feel like prose had never strayed from her mother tongue. It grows without knowing. It's bright beyond the clearing. Unfettered taste, liberation, lover. Can you feel? Can you feel? It grows without knowing. It's bright beyond the clearing. Unfettered taste, liberation. Ooh.
We got some of the chords there.
Sorry, I was on mute. Awesome. Yay. So are you a professor as well? Did I miss that?
I am a professor. I do adjunct work as a professor. I don't have a full time gig. Right now, it actually makes a lot of sense to just, I mean, also with the pandemic, a lot of classes have been cut, so it's been hard to get
What
work.
do you teach?
I teach building a multimedia performance. I teach songwriting.
Cool.
So some music classes, some multidisciplinary art classes, poetry, writing. And so I teach with Bard College, usually like every other semester. So I'm not teaching right now. I'm teaching independently. I get booked by colleges to do workshops and
Cool.
lectures and things. And then last fall, where are we? Yeah, last fall I taught. I was like, what part of the year are we in?
What date
I
is
taught
it?
building a multimedia performance with Bard College, which
cool.
was great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, very relevant, I guess.
Yeah.
I think I need to take that class.
I mean, well, you do it. You're already doing it. I mean, do you add your music, your original music to your movies?
Yeah, so that's been a really interesting part of doing the stop motion is I've actually done it. I've done it where I make a film and then I decide, oh, I would like to add music to this, and then I end up writing a song. Some of them I write, and if I don't have enough time, I'll put something together on MIDI that's not written or cover or something like that. But I had this idea today. I think I'm gonna maybe come out with an EP that's stuff that I record myself here, because usually I have a band, but I think I might kind of do like pandemic recordings, and I'm thinking that I'll do it with like an emphasis on like Nicaraguan music, traditional music, music with marimba, because I've been doing some of that stuff. That's what's been coming out of the work that I've been doing on on the stop motion. So it's been really interesting. I wrote a song for my mom that I think turned out really nicely, and I was like, oh, this should be out in the world. And then I also got commissioned to write this a theme for a podcast that's really it's kind of a dream assignment, but an immigrant rights organization where they were like, oh, we're going to start a podcast to let people know about their legal rights and inform people about like changes in the law.
Yeah.
And so they hired me to write their theme, and I really am proud of how it turned out. I had never done like a song completely by myself, you know, playing all the parts, and you know, I was able to do. I played marimba, I played guitar, and I played guitarrón, and I sang, and it turned out real nice. So I'm thinking I might do a project along those lines, and maybe an EP, so it's not doesn't feel like I have to fill as many songs. So
Yeah.
so we'll see. I had that idea today while I was on my walk.
That's
so
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that we need to be just we need to explode the ideas that things need to sound a certain way. We really need to do away with this idea of perfection, you know,
Yeah.
and just enjoy creating in the space we have. I live in a tiny studio and I'm doing all my broadcasts from this little corner.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
So,
I live in a little basement with not a lot of windows, so I have to go out for a walk a lot
yeah.
to stay grounded.
Is it really cold over there?
Probably not as cold as where you are. It's cold for me.
It's pretty darn cold.
I grew up in Nicaragua, so I'm used to anything under like 70 degrees is very cold. So for me, cool. Well, I'm gonna do a song based on what you had indicated before. You know about love and relationships, and I started writing this song. I think I mentioned that like I started writing from this bad relationship that I had, this bad breakup. And I was writing all of these breakup songs and all these like love tragedy songs. And then I started writing this one, and it kind of felt different for me. And I was like, you know, I feel like this has to be a love song, a song about like angst, but I want it to be about a different kind of love. And so I wrote it. At the time I was working on immigration advocacy. And so I wrote it based on some of the stories that I was hearing from parents who had come to the U.S. in search of a better life for their kids, but end up leaving their kids behind and in the process of doing that. And I can imagine what that was like. And so I wrote this one. This song is called Amor Migrante, and it's like a love letter from an immigrant mom to her son that she's left behind in her home country. And we actually have a music video for it. And for anybody here who doesn't speak Spanish and wants to understand the lyrics, there's a music video, and we actually feature an immigrant woman from Maryland, who was our protagonist, and she actually hasn't seen her son in like 15 years now. I mean, it was 12 when we did the video, but a few years have passed. So anyway, this one is called Amor Migrante. Hey! Yo te amo de lejos, aunque no lo puedas sentir. Dejé el hombre en mi patria con tu adiós, qué triste sufrir. Ay, quiero darte razones. Ay, por mis grandes traiciones, por ti me fui y ahí te di, por ti me fui y ahí te di, por ti me fui y ahí te di, por ti me vine aquí. ¡Hey! Con tristeza en el alma, a frontera norte corrí. Ya creciste sin mamá y te harás gran hombre sin mí. Ay, de pedir tus perdones. Ay, por mis grandes traiciones. Por ti me fui, ya
Wow.
Yay!
Such a good song. I love it.
Thank you.
Is
Thank
that
you.
a song that's been recorded before?
Yeah, it was on our first album, Elena
Okay.
Los Fulanos' first album, and where's our single, whatever that means
Uh-huh.
for self-produced work.
Right.
Means we put a video together for it, and it's probably the I think that song for me, it's always really important to play it because um it's kind of central to the mission, I mean, I have a lot of songs that, and I'm sure you feel this way too. Like there are some songs that are like way more what you want to be putting out into the world, but that's not all that you have, and that's not all that you write. And so Amor Migrante is really important because, it kind of broadens this idea of like what immigrants are and why they come to the U.S. And it humanizes them to think about them as parents, and that's such a basic thing. It's like there is this very fundamental shared humanity. I mean, could you imagine going to another country and leaving your kids behind? People can't even imagine that, but it's so common. I mean, it's so common in our communities, right? And so it's just expanding that story so that it's not just this horrible B-roll, Fox News B-roll of people like cutting through wire and going through fences, like, which is like, the horrible images that are, these are people. They have relationships, they have jobs, they have people they care about, and they want to do the best that they can. And my parents are like that. I don't know if that's your experience. I'm sure you know a lot of people growing up near the border, so it's just expanding that story and showing that we can be fully immigrant and fully American, and those things are not in conflict. That's okay. We can do things at the same time. So you want to play one last song? We have like 9 minutes, so maybe you can do a last song, and then maybe I can try to close it out. We might get cut off on Instagram because it has a 1 hour cutoff, but thank you everybody for joining. If you guys haven't yet contributed, please feel free to drop us some tips on I have it scrolling on the bottom with when each of us plays. If you're able to support, that's great. Please check out Diana's campaign, Doctora Chingona's campaign, to fund their new album. And what are you going to play for us? What are you going to close out for us with?
I'm really inspired by the song you just played and the story. You're contextualizing it. So I'm going to play a song called Todo se acaba.
Okay.
Which is, I'll translate the chorus. It's even your hatred, even the violence of your voice, even the thought that you have the right to this body, everything will end. And it's this, in this song I speak to past, present, and future in my family lineage, breaking those cycles of abuse and violence. And it just feels, because there's a communication between child to mother and grandmother and future generations, it just felt like, okay, this is perfect.
Cool.
Let's see what I have going on.
Hasta el rencor, hasta la violencia de tu voz, hasta el pensamiento que tú tienes el derecho a este cuerpo, todo se acabará. Toditito, 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 toditito. Ay, mamá, yo sé que tu lucha es para mí. Ay, abuela, yo sé que te ahorcan casi todos los días, pero vamos a curar nuestras heridas. Toditito, 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 hasta el rencor, hasta la violencia de tu voz, hasta el pensamiento que tú tienes el derecho a este cuerpo, todo se acabará. Toditito, 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 toditito. Ay, hermana, yo sé que nuestra soledad nos mata y las balas también. Ay, mi hija, yo sé que tienes miedo de hablar, pero juntas vamos a luchar con manos juntas. Toditito, 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 hasta el rencor, hasta la violencia de tu voz, hasta el pensamiento que tú tienes el derecho a este cuerpo. Todo, todo se acabará. Todo, todo, hasta el rencor, hasta la violencia de tu voz, hasta el racismo, tu maldito pendejismo. Todo, todo se acabará.
Yay! I'm almost like, wow, maybe we should just end with that song because that just feels like very final.
No, we gotta hear you. I'm so excited to get to like play music with you. It's so exciting.
I know, isn't it cool? I mean, I was like, I don't know if anybody's gonna come, but at least we'll have fun, right?
Exactly. Thank you for organizing it. It takes so much work to do this. Is there a way that people can support your work? Did you put your Venmo up?
Oh yeah, I put mine here.
Patreon, whatever.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh yeah. I'm also on Patreon. Yeah, I think I put it on there. Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that. And I don't know if you noticed. So I've been doing the stop motion stuff, and I was like, I need to do a poster for this event, and then I was like, I'm just gonna make it out of paper.
I loved it. It's so beautiful, so creative, and just it has a personality to it. I love it.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people are really liking the stop motion stuff that I've been working on, and I think in part it's because it feels like analog. Like it's like everything is so clean and nice because people are making it on computers now. That I think there's something really appealing about like analog medium. So
it's us older millennials. We want the stuff that we grew
We're
up
desperate for like I'm like desperate for like a phone that's connected to a wall.
Right.
And then leaving the house and not being able to yeah, exactly. Okay, well I'm gonna do one last song. I was like, this was the song that I had prepped for tonight. I was like, I wrote this song. It's a newer song. And Big Daddy Mike asked if there are any Nicaraguan folk songs, and technically they're all of my songs are Nicaraguan folk songs, but this one I think would fall more into that. I've been really into playing wapangos these days.
I love
because I learned how to play I learned the strumming pattern, and so I've been playing. So I've been writing a little bit more in that genre, and also doing like some reinterpretations of songs. If you're my Patreon sponsor, you'll see I do a weekly. It's weekly. It's not really weekly. A song video series where I cover songs and I try to reinterpret them a little bit at least. So anyway, this one's called Quisiera. And when we're done, Diana, don't jump off. We can stay in this room and hang on a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Instagram might cut off before, and I apologize for y'all. Thank you so much for coming. Click on the links, donate. And then, yeah, for the rest of us on YouTube and Facebook, we'll be here for just a little bit longer just to finish up this song. Wish me luck. This one's called Quisiera. Quisiera, ay, quisiera subir al cielo y que tu amor fuera pa' mis alas el viento. amarnos, ay, tirarnos al mar eterno. Pero en vez, aquí estoy muriéndome de sufrimiento. Te veo y no quieres saber de mi vida. Y a veces hasta oigo tu voz, pero sé que es inútil mi amor y por eso hoy me muero de sufrimiento. Ay, 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 la, la, la. Te veo y no quieres saber de mi vida. Y a veces hasta oigo tu voz, pero sé que es inútil mi amor. Y por eso hoy me muero de sufrimiento. Y por eso hoy me muero. Almost made it. De sufrimiento. New
So
song, new
good.
song.
Wait, what do you mean you almost made it? You made it.
Well, I kind of messed up, but that's okay. I guess maybe you didn't notice. Shh.
No digas nada.
No digas nada. Well, thank you again so much for being here, for
Thank
joining
you.
me today. Everybody follow Diana, Doctora Chingona. Awesome work, upcoming album.
Thank
Please
you.
donate if you can or contribute, follow along with the campaign. And join us next week and the week after that. We're going to be the next 4 weeks. I didn't realize March was a 5-week month when I started this.
Oh my goodness.
But for 5 weeks, I'll be doing this every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So tune in. We're going to have a different artist every week playing with me. Next week we have Sesha Ubao, which I'm very excited about. She's from Nicaragua, so we'll be mostly speaking Spanish, FYI. But she's a really great songwriter. She's done a lot of work internationally. The week after that, we have Rene Ghost, who just released an amazing song called Diosa. Check it out. I think they're going to put out their new album as well later on this year. I think it's the first release from that. On March 23rd, we have Jimena Violante of Interminable. It's a band out of Philly, and they are really awesome artists. They play jarana and stuff like that, and are very versed in son jarocho. So we'll probably be hearing some of that. And then on March 30th, we'll be wrapping it up with Marilyn Castillo, who's out of New York City, and she's also raising money for her album as well. So we got a lot of movement happening, a lot of campaigns, which is why I felt inspired. I was like, I got to put something out too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's important to. I mean, we got to take advantage of the fact that we have some time. You know, we're not gigging as much and we're not touring and stuff like that. So
Exactly.
So thank you everybody for joining. I'm gonna end the broadcast. It's good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining us, and tune in next week, and it'll be fun again.
Yay.
Peace, y'all. Oh, I guess oh.